kind of funky. This is from the Chill Hop selection.
Chill hop.
Chill Hop selection, yes.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
We have different
I
categories.
mean, I like it.
So tonight this is kind of the chill hop. Hello, everyone. Hello,
Chill
hello,
hip hop.
hello. Come on. Come on in. Come on in. Tell a friend, tell a friend. Make sure you say hello. Tell us who you are, where you're listening from. We got a good evening beauty.
Hi, everybody.
Ooh, yes.
Hey.
Hey. I like this one. This one's kind of cool. It's got a little extra stuff going on if you can't hear it.
Real far out. That's what I feel. That's the word that comes to my head. Far out. I know that's old school as hell.
It's okay. It's okay. Everything old is new again. That's what they say.
That part.
That's what they say anyway. Come on in, everybody. Good evening. Good evening. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We're just going to turn off the chill, I guess. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. But I did. So there you have it. Welcome, 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 everyone. I am Miss Ecstasy from Chicago.
Hey, Ecstasy.
She is in the house. She is a member of the Erotic 7.
Yes.
We love you, Ecstasy.
So we got Chicago. That's cool. We got Chicago. We got Cali. We got LA. We got Indy. We got Cleveland. We got Seatown. So we got a lot of we got some cities already. You know, we got some cities. There's a few others that are on here. So make sure. You stick and stay and take a listen tonight. Because we got a lot to talk about. So we apologize. We're not on the air last Monday. Just a lot going on. Unfortunately, Miss JewCee had an emergency in her family, so had to take a quick trip to Arkansas. So never had to go. Down and back. This was a turn and burn. So, hey, Lorenzo. He said, "Now you can begin."
Well, all right.
That is what he said. That's why I'm turned up with it.
So we are excited to be back on the air this week. Everything personally was taken care of. So I didn't go to jail or anything like that. The thought did cross my mind. But everything was it was pretty deep.
Well, I was actually sick last week, so I was very happy. I was happy that you that we didn't have a show because I was not feeling well at all. And so, but I don't feel good about the situation. So, yeah.
So everything, like I said, everything turned out perfect. It was just very messy and folks, please remember what's important. That's the best thing that I can really tell people. People get into arguments, and they get into misunderstandings, and they get into their feelings, and they forget what's important. So we got to work on that. We got to do better. We got to do better on that. We got to work on that. So yeah. But when I got back, I had an interview So I just put it up. I was a little slow putting up the new interview. There's a couple up right now. So one is a written interview, and one is now a spoken. I was interviewed uh, on a radio broadcast. Kind of just popped up in my life, and I hurry up and took it. So I want to definitely give a shout out tonight to James Love, Mr. Jiggy Jaguar, for having me on his show. And Giovanni was there as well. So got to speak with him a little bit. So it was really, really, really uh, quite an honor. Quite an honor to be on the show. And I was really, really happy to be asked to be on the show. So hopefully they'll be on ours one day. You never know. Very, very soon we'll have some guests. And um, once again, thank you guys for the opportunity. So I had a great time. I did have a great time. I was tired. It shows, but I was a trooper. I was a trooper. That's how I felt. I was a trooper. I was like, I'm not missing this. I'm going to do this. So I did. So tonight, how was everybody else's week? Because my week has been kind of, let me just say, a little crazy, a little cray cray, a little up and down. The best thing about the week is it can never be repeated.
That part. Um, my week was good.
Okay.
I finished celebrating my birthday.
Yay.
And happy belated again. Well, I said it on that
Thank
day,
you.
but we're gonna say it now. So happy belated to you.
Yeah. Thank you. It feels good being 40. I've had in a long time. So
Hmm. I wonder what happened.
I'm here for it.
Hmm. Is there anything that you wanted to share?
We're not going to discuss with. First of all, my sister over there in the purple shirt
It's a dress, but
hosted
go
a
ahead.
meal review. Oh, okay. Hosted a
I
meal
didn't.
review. Well,
I
you
didn't
didn't
host it.
host. She had my other sister Roxy host a meal review. Um,
Well, alrighty then.
with sexy men from Cleveland. Um, and let's just say that it was amazing. Amazing. I love my boys from Cleveland, and they all showed me how much they love me back. So
Jalen said a time was
thank you,
had.
fellas.
Yes, that's what I want to know all about. It. Let me
Time
live,
was
please.
had. And then this past Saturday, I rented myself a suite at the and had a little kickback. And so we did what Purple Rain does, and Purple Rain does well
Mm-hmm.
in the lifestyle. No, I know how to host. I learned from my sister. One picked me up. That was my first time doing rope. I am absolutely in love with rope at this point now. I like Jalen said, a time has been had over the last 2 weeks for my birthday, and I want to thank everyone who wished me a happy birthday, who showed me a happy birthday, and who loved on me for my birthday. Thank you.
Aww.
Mwah.
From afar, all the way from LA.
Well, purple
Yep.
hearts.
From LA.
Heart.
Hearts are little hearts.
Okay.
And
then this
oh
week
my
I get
goodness.
to, and this week the Rain and Purple Rain gets to give up her title. So now I'm in pageant mode. So
Okay.
All right.
go
And
from
Miss
Rain against the
Siren.
pageant mode.
And Miss Siren, how was your week? We're happy that you're recuperated. That's a
I had a little
Mhm.
bit too much fun Sunday
okay. Oh,
night. I had too much fun Sunday, and it's probably been like years since I've had that kind of fun. So I
Okay.
earned my recoup. Um, other than that, I'm claiming that life is better and better every day. And then today, I would like to say happy 27th birthday to my firstborn, Josiah. I love you
Oh,
so much. I am so proud of the man that you are, the father that you are. You, like I always knew, you are fucking awesome, baby. I love you and happy birthday.
happy birthday,
That's right. You have
Josiah.
a Scorpio.
Yes, my firstborn was a Scorpio.
Happy birthday.
And I learned very early you cannot make a Scorpio do anything.
Or Sagittarius. Okay, so anyway,
Say no, no, no. Say that one louder.
Sa-
And
Sagittarius.
that part.
Mm.
That part.
So this is why this is my week. Okay, I'm about to pop this bad boy while
Oh
we
well,
here.
damn. Well, here,
Woo!
cheers.
We, we
What is
are.
that?
This is the week. Okay, this is the week. Look,
That rum.
I have a
What
Margaritaville
is it?
gold.
What's the wheat? Well, I need to know the flavor.
It just says gold.
Oh, so it's like the reposado.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's just
okay.
a gold one.
Yeah.
I can't even. Wait a minute, I'm too weak to get it open. Hold on. She
He said,
break
"I'm
my
gonna make
teeth.
He said, "I'm gonna make these jaws work."
Mm,
Cheers
thank
Cheers.
you.
to the week.
I'm still recuperating. We're drinking water over here.
I recouped last week.
I got
Oh,
4
that's good,
bottles of
strong.
champagne. I got 4 bottles of champagne over there on my dresser.
Woo.
I need to make a trip to Indianapolis then.
I maybe should have seen how strong this was before I drank it.
a whole bottle of tequila.
No, I got a
Maybe 2
little.
bottles of
Oh,
tequila
you
and 3 or 4 bottles of wine that were gifted to me for my birthday.
Get it?
I'm trying to recoup.
Sound like some New Year's fun that needs to be had. That's what I hear.
Girl. Shall we get to the
Yes,
scores
you
real
did.
quick?
Yes, we shall.
Let us get to our scores really fast before. Hold on, y'all know the NFL got to have extra on here. I don't know why, but they always do. Hang on, I'm getting to it. I got some ad going. Got it. Okay. Can you everybody hear me now? Crazy ads. Okay. So for a Thursday night game, it was the Steelers versus the Titans. Titans could not help out the Browns. They couldn't even help themselves. They lost 16-20 to the Steelers. The Dolphins and the Chiefs. Chiefs beat them Dolphins 21-14. Oh, let you know. Okay, so your Titans are 3-5 on the season. Your Steelers are 5-3. Your Dolphins are 6-3, and your Chiefs are 7-2 right now. We've got the Vikings and the Falcons. Looks like those Vikings depulked the Falcons a little bit there, 31-28. The Vikings are 5-4, and your Falcons are 4-5. Seahawks and the Ravens. Looks like those Ravens beat the hell out of those Seahawks. 37-3. Okay, 37-3. Seahawks are 5-3. The Ravens are 7-2. Let's talk about this game, shall we?
She gets
Okay.
excited as she gets excited.
The Cardinals and the Browns. Let me just say we had the return of Deshaun Watson, and the Browns shut out the Cardinals 27-0. Big goose egg is what happened. Okay. It was Cardinals are now 1-8. The Browns are 5-3, and they travel to Baltimore this weekend. So it's gonna be a good game. Rams and the Packers. And it looks like those Packers beat those Rams. Ugh. The Rams are 3-6. The Packers are 3-5. The final score was 20-3.
Boo! Okay. Okay. I got that off my chest.
Yeah, you got that out. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
When you want to go again? I didn't know.
I probably will. I think I need to. I think I will. So I'm gonna save that. I'm gonna reserve it.
Okay. Okay. We got the Buccaneers and the Texans. Looks like this was a close game. The final score was the Texans 39 and the Buccaneers 37. The Bucks are 3-5 and the Texans are 4-4. You got your Commanders, also known as the Redskins, and the Patriots. Thank you, Commanders, for whooping the Patriots' ass. Yay! 20-17 is the final score. Your Commanders are 4-5. Your Patriots are 2-7. Yay! Oh, sorry.
Dang, did you get real happy?
I dislike the Patriots, and that's because I have a dual fanship. Everybody should know this. Because the Patriots cheated on the Colts not once but twice and got caught. And anyway, we'll continue. The Bears and the Aints. The Saints. The Bears.
You said it right. You said it right. You said it right.
Bears and the Aints.
Definitely them Aints.
The Aints beat them Bears 24-17.
Oh, see, I know I had to reserve it.
The Bears are 2-7 and the Aints are 5-4.
Boo.
Got the Colts and the Panthers next, and it looks like the Colts beat up the Panthers 27-13.
Yay!
The Colts are now 4-5, and the Panthers are 1-7.
There you go. I was waiting for her to bring that one out.
I can cheer for the Colts. Yes, I just can't cheer for them when they play the Browns. We all know better. Okay, I love my family. I just thought I'd say that because
whatever, Brownie.
Giant. Anyway, Giants and the Raiders. Yes, the Giants and the Raiders. Looks like the Raiders found that winning column this week because
let's go Vegas.
They beat the hell out of the Giants. 30-6. The Giants are 2-7. Your Raiders are 4-5. And we've got the Cowboys, also known as the Cowgirls, and the Eagles. And it looks like the Eagles beat the Cowboys, also known as the Cowgirls, 28-23. The Cowboys, also known as the Cowgirls, are 5-3. And your Eagles, who are flying high, are 8-1. Okay. Then we've got the Bills and the Bengals. The Bengals. And the Bills, unfortunately, were not able to beat the Bengals.
You said it right the first time.
So the Bills lost 24-18. The Bills are 5-4, and the Bengals are 5-3. So basically, in our area, there are 3 teams in our division that are 5-3. So there you have it. And the game that is going on right now. I didn't mention it, did I? Let me go back to that. We have the Chargers and the Jets playing tonight right now. And it looks like the Chargers are beating the Jets 17-3. I can't see a quarter on here right now.
Let's go Chargers, please.
The Chargers are winning 17-3 over the Jets. And
give me something.
Those are your scores for right now, babies. Yes. Go Brownies!
And that is the NFL brought to you by JewCee Tells Erotic Chat.
So, hey, Rod, how are ya? Welcome. Larissa said, tell me she didn't. Hey.
She did.
I had to get into the liquor, baby. As long as I didn't break no more teeth, I'm good. I didn't break anything. So, and I've got a swallow left. I was going to do the whole thing, but I thought that was a bit much for the show. Okay. So, tonight we have a great topic. And I'm already, look. Okay, so let me tell you guys something. First of all, Miss JewCee used to be able to drink people under the table. Can't do that anymore because I drive Uber. I am already buzzed, and I didn't get a chance to eat dinner tonight
Oh, no dinner.
Because I've
Oh,
been
oh
ripping
yeah.
it.
Slow
Because I've been ripping and running all day trying to.
slow
I
down.
was trying. I was like, I was gonna go get something, but nothing sounded really good. And what I really wanted, I was way on the west side of town, and I wasn't near the northeast side or southeast side where I usually go to get something. I was gonna get something up there, but anyway. So I'm tipsy already. Love it because when I drink fast, I know what happens. So I'm gonna be like the life of the party tonight.
Hey,
I got it.
I'm okay with that.
I gotta do
that part.
I gotta do one other thing tonight. I've never had one of these before, so I wanted to share it with everybody. Can everybody see that?
Is that what I think
Flag.
it is? Really? Okay, continue. We're listening.
I
Oh, okay.
I've never ever in my life had a Victoria's Secret bag
Why not?
because it ain't no secret. Victoria don't fit big girls, honey. It ain't no secret.
She has a point. She
They got
definitely and
body
upon.
wash and shower gel. She
I
fits me
well,
just
yeah,
fine.
but no, it don't.
I love that
It
answer.
don't fit big girls. Okay, they don't fit big girls. So this is my
No, their underwear,
right,
no. Their underwear,
right.
no.
So this is my first Victoria's Secret.
Well, all right. Okay.
And they're purple.
Oh, okay.
They're
Sexy.
purple. So I just want everyone to know one of my passengers yesterday, very sweet man, wonderful man, bought me panties from Victoria's Secret. God love him. They're a large. I can't even get a cheek in these motherfuckers, but they are going to.
I can't stand you right now, JewCee.
But they're purple, so I
Either.
have to keep them. I have to keep them, and I'm gonna keep them with all of their in their bag with their tissue paper because I feel like that was very special. Those panties were $18.50. I'm like, what the fuck?
So this
But
is
they're
a
soft.
private passenger, right?
This is no.
Yes, you are on the right show, Lorenzo. Yes, you are on the right show.
I just had to
Because
share.
see,
I
So
had to
how did
share.
he know? Huh? If he's not one of your
So,
private
so
passengers,
he was not a private passenger. He was a regular passenger who went
okay.
to a private passenger because he had some errands to run, and he decided, look, if you take me on these errands, I'm going to pay you cash. So he paid me. Of course, I'm not stupid. I'm taking the cash. Okay. So I took him where he needed to go for his first stop. Turned that shit off. Took him around where he needed to go. One of the places that he needed to stop at was at the mall to get his fiance. I want everybody to understand he was getting his fiance something. And he asked me, did I want anything? And I told him it's no secret. Victoria's Secrets don't fit big girls. So there's nothing that you can get me. So he decided and took it upon himself without even knowing that purple is my favorite color and picked out some purple panties. They helped him get a size large. Unfortunately, that will choke the shit out of my coochie. So that's not about to happen. So they will stay in the bag as a memento. But I want to thank my passenger because I love him dearly for what he
Driving
did.
exactly,
It
Lorenzo.
was very sweet.
Exactly.
It was
oh, that is a
very
great.
sweet. I thought it was sweet. And I'm
I think it was very sweet too because it sounds like he was like, you know what? I want to do something that will show her that I truly appreciate her. And I know that I'm going to this store. So let me see. I'm going to get the biggest size they have because I believe that it will fit her because I just really want to show her appreciation. And at least that's where I go in my head. That may be where he was.
I
So
I,
I do love it. I think that was
I
awesome.
think it was
Does
very
he know what you do?
I
yes
think
he
that
does.
was sweet. I'm not.
That was very sweet then,
He
yes.
was very
I, I'm not
he was quite the
even
gentleman. He
judging.
was
I'm just saying.
yeah, he was quite the gentleman and just I thought it was just very, very like you said, Siren, just it was just extra sweet. And I wanted to publicly, because he's not, I don't know if he'll ever see this, but I wanted to publicly thank him because I think that was like so cool. Uber drivers, we don't get shit. Let me just explain to you. We get yelled at. We get, well, you're not going the right way. Look, bitch, I got fucking directions.
That's why I stopped. That's why I stopped.
So I've got directions. Get up off my ass. Okay. So
Lorenzo, you stay in the corner. I don't know why you upset me to go in the corner.
You live in the corner. I don't have to go in the corner. It's my show, damn it. What are you talking about, dude? But I also want to give a shout out to Lorenzo and his beautiful significant other. I'll do that. I feel like I'm safe with that. They were at the New Jersey Exotica doing the damn thing. So definitely got to give a shout out to Lorenzo.
Good job,
Lorenzo. Lorenzo, just for tonight, you do not have to go to the corner.
Oh,
just for tonight.
Special privileges in this bad boy. Okay,
because y'all did the damn thing. I need to know.
Look at you, Lorenzo, getting special treatment.
Yes, Lorenzo, the voice, and Miss Casey. Oh my goodness!
I'm just saying,
she is everything. Like she's.
I basically, Lorenzo, I understand because I want her, and I'm not like that, but I want her. Okay, but I'm not like that, but I want her.
She's very much so. She grabs you.
She's just, and I need
her energy grabs you,
and I need to have her on the show. So we need. Let her know she's coming here.
Please, can we make that happen, please? I got questions.
Yeah, we have lots of them.
I got questions.
We might have the two of you, but I think I want to start with her first because I know you're going to go to the corner as soon as
immediately.
We digress. Let us get to our topic tonight because the beautiful Miss Purple Rain, the birthday girl, the tail end of the birthday girl. We'll say that the tail end is going.
You can claim it. You can still claim it. It's still early.
Scorpio season.
Going to be taking over the reins for this particular show, and she's going to be talking to all of us because I think it's very important that we talk about this topic. We have talked about the topic touched on it a little bit in previous conversations, but tonight we're going to talk about misconceptions of polyamory. Is that right? Am I saying that correct? I want to make sure I'm saying
polyamory.
Is it polyamory or polymory? So that's what I wrote on the thing. I might have missed.
It's polyamory. It's polyamory. Okay. So it's poly and amory.
Okay, gotcha. So Miss Siren,
polyamory.
Take it away.
Miss Purple Rain. Miss Purple
Rain. Oh, Miss Purple Rain. That's right. She's doing it tonight. My bad. See,
Purple Rain.
I don't drink anymore. That's why I don't drink.
You're it.
Tag. You're it. This one over here and this one.
So I don't know nothing else about this show. We are education, right? Based. So as Miss JewCee said, we're going to talk about the misconceptions of poly. With that, we're going to start with a handy dandy definition of what polyamory is. Y'all ready?
We're ready.
So, the definition of polyamory is the practice of engaging in multiple romantic and typically sexual relationships with the consent of all people involved. So, there's that word consent. We talk about consent all the time. Polyamory basically breaks down into two things. Poly, multiple, more than one. Amor or amory, love. So multiple love. It's one of those things where Yes, we've generalized it as ethical non-monogamy, but polyamory is a little bit deeper than just the physical aspect. Um, as someone who is polyamorous, I move differently. I have respect for my partners. I'm honest with my partners. They all know about each other, if not have met each other. It's one of those things where as a mutual there is absolutely, and I'm not going to absolutely no jealousy, because as humans, when you're vying for somebody's attention, jealousy happens. But how I feel about each one of my partners is definitely something that you can't take away from me, or them, because they have other situations as well. And those situations, in my situation, I'm solo poly. So I move completely different than I'm not a couple based polyamorous situation. All of my relationships are separate from each other. Like I said, they know each other, but none of us get together. Um since we're doing misconceptions of polyamory, the first thing I want to let people understand that polyamory is very complex, and it takes a lot of being sensitive to other people's emotions. A lot of people say that, oh, polyamory is for people that want to cheat. Cheating's for liars. How I feel about one.
Oh, whoa, time out. Can you say that one more time for the people in the cheap seats way
Please,
in the back?
please, please, please,
Cheating
please.
is for liars. Cheating is for people who get off on sneaking around.
Mm-hmm.
Lorenzo, yes, I do. Yes, I do. For the simple fact that because of the lifestyle that I live, they're going to always run into each other. I
Hi,
am,
Carrie.
for as most people that watch our show know, I practice BDSM heavily and I am a mistress. So some of my dynamics are also romantic based. So because of that situation, I make sure they all know each other, because I don't want it to be a situation where I'm out at an event and I'm spending time with one person and the other person is also at that event and it becomes an issue.
Yeah, I feel that same way in regards to my polyamory. Mine is a little like yours, just different because I am actually a married woman.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
And I eventually want to be married one day too. I just haven't found that core partner that I want to be married to.
but I came into polyamory being married.
Okay.
So it's I was married and for lack, well, it was an open marriage, but it came to be that way, which is why it progressed into
Mm-hmm.
the polyamorous lifestyle. Um, I do consider myself solo poly within
Mm-hmm.
this, and that is because my focus is on me, but I am honest with partners,
Mm-hmm.
and so because don't question me on shit.
Well, and I think
I mean, I feel you.
I think the most important thing that people need to take away from the beginning of this conversation is, and I think someone said it already, is the honesty portion of it. Um, so many relationships fail because people cannot be honest. People are
Yep.
too busy trying to sneak, trying to
Yep.
hide, trying to lie, trying to do things that are unscrupulous, and you're wondering why you're not happy or why you can't be in a fulfilling relationship. The other portion of this is a lot of people think that they're going to find everything in
In one person.
one person. Exactly. You're going to find everything that you could ever, and that is what we have been indoctrinated to believe. Because I'm, just, people that have watched this should know my story. I've been married. I'm happily divorced twice. My husbands would love to come home. Hell no. Okay. No. But I have I don't have a definition of what I am or what I want technically in a relationship. I don't know if I would ever be poly. I don't know if I would ever be, not the way I am now. But whatever I'm going to do, I'm very honest about
Yeah.
what I do. And if you can't handle the honesty,
It ain't for you.
Yep.
we
Yeah.
not gonna work.
And I tell people that all the time, because the biggest part of anything with a poly situation is consent.
Mhm.
Consent is everything to me anyway, in regards to how I live my life. So if I don't have consent from my partners to live my life the way that I see fit, then that's not the partner for me,
Mhm.
because I'm not going to change who I am because somebody else wants to change me. Purple rain is purple rain. And I know that love comes in many, many forms and can come from multiple ways. And like you said, sometimes, most times, you're not going to find everything in one person. That's why there's always an 80-20 rule in relationships. But when I originally became poly, it was because not so much of the emotional aspect. I learned about the emotional aspect later. When I first got into poly, I think it was because I had paid attention to the swingers lifestyle. I knew that somebody's love for me had nothing to do with their attraction to somebody else.
I definitely understand that. Mine came from the idea of, well, for one, I've never really believed in monogamy. I never really believed that there is this one person you're going to only want that person. You're never going to want anything else. And then also, it was keeping up with the expectation, like you said, JewCee, that what we've been taught,
Mm.
keeping up with what we've been told.
Mm-hmm.
Is I was raised that, you find you a husband or your husband finds you and y'all live happily ever after, even though what I saw was not that.
Mhm.
What I
Right.
saw was you got two people who want the other person to be a certain kind of way, but that's not that person, and then they each get mad that the other person is not the way they want them to be.
Yep.
That didn't make
Exactly.
sense to me. It's like you're making someone do something that they really don't want to do to make you happy.
But
Yep.
the other the
To
other
answer Lorraine,
part the other
oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, let me just piggyback off of what Siren was saying. The other part of that, though, Siren, would be the time in which a lot of people were raised.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. I have one parent that comes from the silent generation, and the other parent is a boomer.
Right. So
So the way they saw things was what they told me and taught me because that's what they knew.
right.
Mm-hmm.
So you're looking at antiquated thought processes. You're
Yep.
looking at indoctrination. You're looking at fear, because doing something totally different than what you were indoctrinated to do could make you an outcast, could make you
Yep.
right, it can make you an outcast, it can make you it disowned, you could be um shunned. And some people are not really willing to let go of their family because their family is very important to them.
Important. Mm-hmm.
So
It's almost like your family is your
so
identity.
you fall in line and
And make yourself miserable to make
right,
everybody else
and you
happy.
suck it up.
Yes,
You suck it up,
yes.
and then here you
Suck it up, Buttercup.
right, and
Um,
here we are.
yep. So Lorenzo said, if two of your partners have an issue with each other, do you dismiss them both? It depends on what the issue is, Lorenzo, because if it's something that can be talked out and they just agree to disagree, then there's no reason to dismiss. I have dismissed myself from a situation before, though, because my partner at the time, I didn't get along with his other partner, and she started spreading false information about me. She started telling people that I was his side chick, that he was only dealing with me because of my money, um, that I was breaking up their happy home, when from the way I understood it and it was explained to me from the beginning, we were two separate relationships. And he was moving as a solo poly. When he was with her, he was with her. When he was with me, he was with me. And the relationships were separate and we would never have to deal with each other. But because that situation couldn't be handled amicably, I removed myself.
That's
Um,
to me that's
whatever I had
called
to do.
mess. To me, that's just called messy.
It was
It's just
messy.
messy. It's just messy. And some
It was
It was
very
an
messy.
emotionally unintelligent moment. It was definitely emotionally unintelligent,
Mhm.
because then if it was
Mhm.
emotionally intelligent, it wouldn't have even got to the point of I have to spread something about someone else to make them look bad so that I can feel better about the
Well,
situation that's happening.
apparently, in from what people told me, she didn't even know she was in a poly situation. So I
Oh,
don't
so that
know.
was lack of communication,
Well, I don't
and
know,
that
and I
wasn't
don't
on your
care.
part
I don't know,
because
and
that
I don't
wasn't on
care because
you.
that had nothing to do with me. I
right,
knew at
That
that
part.
point
right.
it was time for me to remove myself because I live in 100% transparency.
And I think
100% transparency.
here's the thing. I want to ask you this because I know what I'm going through with who I am, and I've totally embraced my persona.
Mhm.
However, and I totally get it. I totally get it because men only see the persona at times. They forget that there's a person.
No, Lorenzo.
Miss Juicy is a
Yeah,
persona,
Yes.
and I'm just gonna assume, and I know I probably shouldn't, but I'm going to assume that Purple Rain is a persona, and I'm going to assume that Siren is a persona.
absolutely.
There's more to us than just the persona, and what you guys are
Hmm.
seeing is our persona, but I think on this show, a lot of times we don't necessarily show our persona 24/7 on the show even.
Hmm.
We may have a day where we're just like, what the fuck? We have a day like,
Hmm.
we're here. And then we have other days when we're glammed up or we're this or we're that and we're on point. So I think people here on that watch the show get to see a lot of the real us. Um,
Yes.
do you
Um,
do you
I'll
do you feel that your persona gets in the way of your relationships?
um
And I'm going to be right back. I'm not going anywhere. I have to plug in. My battery is dying on my computer.
okay. So Purple Rain does get in the way sometimes of relationships because they think they're getting, and I y'all know I don't care about not having, they think they're getting Jasmine. Jasmine is a mom. Jasmine is a businesswoman. Jasmine is a pageant queen. Jasmine is a model. Purple Rain is an educator. Purple Rain is about intimacy. Purple Rain is about education. But Purple Rain is also a mom. And Purple Rain is also a pageant. Like, they're one and the same. People that know me they know that. Um, People that don't know me don't get it. Because especially for me, with social media being as big as it is, people only see what they see on social media, and I keep the two separated on social media for business purposes. Not because I'm ashamed of who I am, not because I'm, trying to differentiate the two, but because there's a personal side and then there's this. You know what I'm saying? So depending on how people
Mm-hmm.
meet me, depending on what side they meet first, my persona can get in the way. Yes, Jalen, I'm Iron Man. The only person that, and there's four, but there are four personas. And the only one nobody's really met but a couple of people is my little. And that's because I keep her protected and I keep her locked away. I've told people before, I have four distinct personalities. Three of them bleed together and people really can't tell the difference. Other than the fact that Purple Rain and Mistress Rain are kink and education based. That's the only difference between them and Jasmine. Because even my children know who Purple Rain is. They understand that part of my life. I have a very open relationship with my children in regards to sex education and intimacy. So
We
the
have the
only one I
same
really,
thing here.
yeah, the
We
only
have the same thing over here. My kids
persona,
definitely will have the conversations.
yeah, the only persona I keep guarded is my little, and that's because she only comes out when need be. I keep her protected. So yeah,
And I
my persona gets in the way sometimes because if they met me on social media, they either met me as Jasmine or they met me as Purple Rain. They don't real A lot of people that meet me as Purple Rain don't even know Jasmine exists. And then when they find her, they're like, "Wait a minute. You seem like a squeaky clean person over there, but then you come over here and you do this." And I'm like, "She's one and the same. You just got to talk to her."
I think the other thing, like I'm pretty. I have four personas. I have four.
Mm-hmm.
Um, the one I don't show the most is probably the original me. Um, and I guess she would be in comparison similar to your little.
Okay.
She is the one that I we protect.
Mm-hmm.
Um, people know D Ray, people know Miss JewCee, and my true dominatrix name is Dominique. But now it's pretty much Mistress JewCee. Um, when you learn, and I always think about the movie Sybil. I don't know if anybody remembers that movie with Sally Fields. It's
Mm-hmm.
absolutely a
I love Sybil.
fabulous movie. Um, and I think about that because she had to do certain things to survive, and I've had to do certain things to survive. And as I've been writing now, I've been, oh my God, it's been very difficult because I'm getting into the nooks and crannies of how I became who I am at this particular point in my life. And it is
Hello.
very difficult for me to
Excuse me. Sorry.
Bless you.
bless you, to go back through some of the trauma that I've had in my life,
Mm-hmm.
um, to explain how I got to this point. But it's also very therapeutic, um, because it's not stuff that I've thought about in a long time. I've used a lot of defensive mechanisms to move forward, and I think a lot of people do that. Even when they lose, when they break up in a relationship, you use a lot of defensive mechanisms to get over it, so to
Mm-hmm.
speak. But are you ever really truly over?
No, it takes time to heal, and even once you heal, it's still there.
there's still residue. I call it residue.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I call it. If you guys have ever like used some soap and you're trying to wash it all off, and then you still got a little bit of dry
A
skin,
little film.
a little film. Yeah, I call it a little residue, and and it's okay to have residue. You just need to know that that's what it is. You don't have to scrub your skin off. You just know that there's just going to always be that little bit of residue left over from either a bad relationship or from a great relationship or whatever the case may be.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay. It's okay.
There's always residue.
Hmm.
So yeah. So Lorenzo, I don't know if you heard me when I answered your question, but to answer your question, no, not all of my poly relationships are with males. Um, I am openly pansexual, so I am open to dating anyone that understands what my lifestyle is and wants to get to know me. So that's something else that I had to learn to be honest with myself about, because and to be honest with my partners about, because you know will determine want to date based off of want to date. Some men, especially straight men, aren't comfortable with dating a pansexual. They're comfortable with dating a bisexual woman, but they're not necessarily comfortable with dating a pansexual woman, because being pansexual, we don't necessarily look at gender. We look at person. We look at personality. We look at who they are and who they are to us. Which is how I realized that I was poly, because I knew there were things that I could get from one partner that I couldn't get from the other. And at some point in my life, I realized that I wasn't willing to give up either part. A lot of
Mm.
people, especially people who decide to live in traditional monogamy, give up part of who they are to make their partner happy. I'm
That
okay
that
with
that's pure facts. That's pure facts right
I'm
there.
okay with making sure my partner is happy, because my partner's happiness is important to me, but I'm not going to ever lose myself to make someone else happy. I
Societal
have to be
standards
happy
kind
as
of
well,
teach
because if I'm
us.
miserable, then neither one of us is going to be happy.
Yeah, but societal standards kind of teach us that we're supposed to make the other person happy to the detriment of yourself. You sacrifice to make the other person
Yes,
happy, which is in essence how you lose yourself. You are so hell bent on making sure that person is happy, never gets mad, or just so that you
exactly.
don't have
And
to
that's walking
ever
around in loveless
happen.
marriages.
Exactly, because you literally said, "Forget me. I'm gonna go ahead and do everything to make that person happy," and then you get mad at that person because you're not happy, or what you're doing is not enough to make them happy, which is like you said before. Part of this is because we don't to expect you to get everything that you want from one person. How really realistic about it is that?
But a lot of that, once again, we've discussed it. It is indoctrinated. It is something that's very unrealistic, and I think so many people they're just stuck. And that's not to say that there are not monogamous couples out there that are making it, because I have friends that are monogamous and they're married and they're happy. I also have friends that are they have alternative lifestyles within their marriage, and they are happy. You have to do what's good for you and your partner. You can't do what's good for everybody else. You have to find what's good for you, what makes you happy. And why is this not working? Are you serious? I plugged everything in. Hang on, guys. I'll be right back. I'll be right back. Because my battery did not kick in. I'll be right back.
All right. As you were saying, Purple Rain.
Am I still here? Am
Yes,
I
you're
still
still
here?
here. Yes.
Okay. Um, but yeah, it's definitely, it takes growth in knowing who you are in order to work in this lifestyle. Um, the next biggest misconception that people have about polyamory is that it's about sex. It
And it's
has
not.
nothing to it has absolutely nothing to do about sex. It has to do with about connections. There are partners that I have that, for better lack of a term, they're my platonic partners. I love them, I care for them, I nurture on them, but we've never had sex. It's not about the sex. Sex is a benefit of any relationship. It's going to be there regardless. It's about
Yep.
the
What?
connections. It's about the connections that I have with the people that I love. And that's the most important part. Um there's a viewer on here that says, I agree on the pansexual vibe. I do not have to give up what I love. Sacrificing for others is not my value.
I,
Perfectly stated.
yes, absolutely,
Perfectly
absolutely.
stated. Perfectly stated. The biggest thing I like for people to understand about polyamory is that, and I said this in the beginning, it's about the consent. Um, I've had a lot of people assume that I got into polyamory because of BDSM. It makes life easier being polyamorous, being that I live a BDSM lifestyle. Um, but it also makes me more protective of who I allow in my spaces. Um, because I do have to explain sometimes in some of my dynamics that they aren't going to be sexual. A lot of people come into kink assuming that our connection, just because I love you, is automatically going to be a physical connection. And it's not. I can nurture, love, and care on you without having to have sex with you.
Someone said explain BDSM and
And
polygamous.
polygamy. So, as a mistress, the easiest way to explain this is this. As a mistress, I have a house. As Mistress Rain, I own the house of Rain. In my house, and I'm still building my house, but let's say that my house was fully formed. There are definitely S types that are under my care in a dynamic, whether they be subs, slaves, switches, however they describe themselves. There are people in my house subservient to me. That being the case, some of those dynamics might be romantic, some of those dynamics might not be. And that's where being able to handle polygamy comes into play with BDSM. And that's just from things that I've learned. Because you're still having to maneuver multiple relationships, whether they're sexual in nature or intimate in nature or not. You are still, as the head of my house, I still have to care and nurture for the people that depend on me, for whatever aspect they depend on me on, whether it's a service aspect, whether it's an intimate aspect, whether it's both, whether it's for guidance, whether it's for education. Something about them drew them to me. We've built this dynamic, we've built this relationship per se. And it is my job and my responsibility to make sure whatever reason they came to me is taken care of.
You're taking
Whether
on
The
that
other,
it's
responsibility.
mentorship,
I was going to say, I was going to add real
go
quick.
ahead.
The other aspect of this is that a lot of mistresses do not necessarily have sex with their slaves. it's a
Exactly.
misconception. And even there's even doms that do not have sex with their slaves, but there is that connection, and the connection is the best way that I can describe it is stronger even than a marriage, because
Yeah.
you're
Dynamics are,
in a
I know
you're
dynamics that are lifelong and they've never been intimate.
the dy- the the way the relationship goes, and I've been in both. I've been married and I've been in the BDSM, and I've been a sub. I was actually more into the sub lifestyle than I was actually my marriage. I found out that there was more connection, because it was not just based on day-to-day things. It was not just based on uh, sex. It was based on this person has the control of, I've given the control to this person, my control, my one thing that I wanted to give to this person, which was I am only submissive in sex. A lot of people have a lot of misconceptions about submissives and about slaves. Once again, we've
Mhm.
talked about the word, and we're going to talk about the word right here. It's about consensual, it's consent. Okay. I'm only submissive for sex. I am not submissive in the rest of my life. I cannot be, because of what I do. But when it comes to sex, it was like I'm there. I'm submissive. I can be a submissive, and I'm only submissive to one. I'm only submissive to one. Some
Mhm.
people want to be submissive to everybody.
I've
That's
had
hard.
people say that about me. I think for people, some people though, they need to understand, because for me, if I have not found my partner that I'm submissive to. Service is my love language, and I was a submissive for 10 years. I've been on my BDSM journey for 18 years. I've been single for 5. So for 10 years I was a submissive and in a dynamic. I was brought in and led to believe that all of that my dynamic had to be emotional and relationship based. I'm
Mm-mm.
a big girl now and I know that it's not. I've
Mhm.
done my own research, I've done my own studying. In those 5 years that I've been single, I learned a lot. And like I said, I've been on this journey for 18 years. For the first 3 years, I just sat and watched. I sat and figured out what intrigued. I sat and figured out if it was just kink for me, if it was just sex for me, lifestyle. So when I say I've been on a journey, I've been on a journey. Now that I
Mhm.
know who I am and how my different personas break down, it's one of those things I know that service is my love language. So even when I'm in the midst of other dominance, I've had people say, well, you're still acting like a sub. No, if I see that my fellow Dom needs something, I'm going to help him, because that's how I express my feelings toward them. And I don't just mean love in a sexual way. I have love for everybody in my community. So if I see a fellow brother or sister that needs something, I am going to serve them, because that is what I do.
And
And people who
service is, mm, I
service
feel,
comes in different forms, but what I'm
right,
trying to explain
right.
is some people see service as a submissive thing, and it's not.
It's not.
Because as a top and as a dominant, I'm still giving service to my bottom or my S type.
Which is why we need to actually define what submission is, because it's not what people think.
It's a
It's not.
willingness. It's a
And
willingness
we
to
got a
give.
show on that coming up too. I'm putting that together too.
It's a
Definitely.
Um,
willingness, but it's a willingness to give up control. The bottom,
yes.
that's the basics. That's the basics. And if you have, I was truly, I have to admit, and I say it all the time. I was truly blessed when I stepped into this lifestyle to have a dom that was an educating dom that let me go, and I want you to read this, I want you to explore this, I want you to understand that, I want you to do this. And it was, there was no sex, there was nothing, it was just me learning about the lifestyle. And the biggest thing that he told me is the biggest thing that I took away from all of this, and is that's the reason that I do what I do, is you don't have to do it like everybody else.
Yep.
You don't
Your
have to be a
journey is your journey.
you don't have to be a submissive. And I still see to this day, um when I'm invited to speak, or when I'm invited to other organizations, you want to try to put me in your pigeonhole, and that's not going to happen. I've always said it, even
Mhm.
what we do here, as far as when we're talking about relationships, don't let yourself get put in a box that somebody else created. That's not your box. So
Life is not one size fits all.
Mhm.
it's not going to fit you. You have to find your own box. You have to find what you enjoy, what you and your partner or partners enjoy, not what somebody else has determined without any education, without being a part of anything more than a failed monogamous relationship. Because usually
Yep.
those are the ones that are giving you all of the bad all of the bad advice.
But even if it is a successful monogamous relationship, that does not necessarily mean
That's for
that
you.
that it's going to work for you.
Yeah, you and
It
yours.
does not mean that at all.
Mm-mm. I think that Lorenzo just said connection of the mind is the strongest, and so true. Because my first dom and I, we never met. We chatted online for 6 months until we finally met. But by then, I had done so much research and just wanted to feel comfortable, and that's what he wanted me to be, is feel comfortable with who I am at that time. And I wasn't super comfortable, but he could see the progress, and I was on my way to starting to understand what kind of a submissive I was going to be. It's that you don't, we've talked about this on the show, and we'll say it again, because Miss Siren knows all about this, it being out in and being a director. She knows about Hollyweird, and 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 the fact that they have you thinking that everything's going to be like 50 shades of gray, because it's not. That's not how this lifestyle is.
It's
It's not even
production.
it
It is set up
it's
to make
entertainment.
it look
Hmm.
like it is not. That is what I do.
It's entertainment, folks.
It's
It's not the
entertainment.
real
It is just entertainment.
Latin, I'll talk to you about that. I'll inbox you about that, babe.
I think snuggle therapy is something that is very interesting to me.
I
But
like snuggle therapy.
I
we
want to try it.
miss
I
miss
need
we do know that we do know someone, all of us, that um participates in that, in hugs and snuggles and holds, and um Mistress Crush does that. She was on the show with us.
Yep.
Yes.
So she's
Crush is the queen of cuddles.
Mistress Crush definitely is someone we should have back
Yes, Yogi. Yes, Yogi.
to talk about that. Um, and it's really it is important. It's nice to have, and it's very calming and soothing.
First
And
of all, Snuggles is my aftercare. Snuggles is my aftercare. So,
well, and
and
even
I
in,
know we've gotten off a little off topic, but I think polyamory and BDSM are so
mhm.
intertwined that I thought it was necessary to explain how it works with that. And how it works with regular relationships. Again, people seem to think that the biggest thing we started with in this show. Polyamory is not about sex, and polyamory is not for cheaters.
And neither is swinging.
It's not.
It's not for
Swinging
cheaters.
isn't for cheaters. It's
I'm
not.
going to say this.
Follow
Alternative
it in
lifestyles is
general.
about consent. Alternative lifestyles is about consent.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Amen.
So true.
My computer is acting up for real today.
Yeah, you are locked. Your screen is got little
You
horizontal
got the
line.
Max Headroom thing going on right now.
There you go. What?
Yeah, I'm getting a new one. I'm getting a new one.
So I think everyone, I hope everyone got that key point that consent is so important. What says, and the decision to make informed decisions. True, true. But
Yep.
you cannot be informed,
If you're being dishonest,
and you cannot be informed if you're in an antiquated thought process. If you're not open-minded, you cannot be informed. You cannot receive new information if you are stuck in the old information. So you have to be open to new information and new ideals, and you have to allow yourself to leave behind the old and go to the new. And some people aren't willing to do that because it's safe in the old space.
It's not really safe. It's just what you know.
Well, in their mind, we'll say it's safe. It's a safe place to stay. It's not. I don't. It's familiar. How about we say that? It's familiar. It's a familiar space. So I'm going to stay where it's familiar. I'm not going to go over here and venture to something new because
exactly.
this is what I know. And this might take work over here.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just be honest. Some people are lazy.
And some people are just selfish. I mean, this lifestyle isn't for everyone. I
It
was
is.
talking to my cousin. I was talking to my cousin and explaining to him my life, and he was like, "Nah, she mine. I'm not sharing my woman with nobody, and she ain't sharing me." I said, "Okay, that's just how you feel. I mean, you do you, and I do me. You're the
The
selfish
idea
type,
that we control someone else outside, anything else outside of us, is like
girl.
But you know what? Do you know how many people have said that and it don't work?
I know.
Woo,
exactly my point.
woo. Mm, and a lot of relationships find out like 9, 10 years down the line. Ooh, let's try something new.
20.
You you could have you could have been doing that, and you were indoctrinated to believe, and you stayed, and there you have it. But human nature is to be fruitful and multiply. I'm just gonna leave that right there.
I mean, even David in the Bible had multiple wives.
Mm. Be fruitful and multiply. It didn't say nothing about
Sticking to one.
sticking to one. Doesn't say that. Forsaking all others, folks, does not mean forsaking all others in your marriage. Forsaking all other refers to only one God. Hello.
All right, Reverend Dr. Deacon JewCee.
For those that don't know, just in case you were thinking, oh, she doesn't know shit about the Bible. Yes, she does. She's a pastor. Thank you. I have a
That part.
card. I'm a card carrying pastor. Thank you so much.
That
Would you
part.
But
like to be married?
want to be married? I can marry all y'all.
She's gonna marry me one day.
So back it up, because everything is not. And I get it. I understand that we want to talk religion. I understand that we want to incorporate. We want to be good people. We want to be all things to everybody. Honey, you can't. It's impossible.
It don't work like that.
And
in real life.
right, you're setting yourself up for failure.
You're
And
setting yourself up and the other person that you're with up for
yes,
failure.
yes, and your partner up for or partners up for failure. And I think what Purple Rain has been talking about with kind of the types of lifestyles that you can have, you can be so fulfilled with different people that bring more to you than just one dynamic.
Yep.
Especially if you're the type of person that's multifaceted.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Because I bore easily.
Oh my God.
I don't know if anyone else, I mean, I bore easily. I do.
I'm the type of person that needs support all the time. And I know that some of the stuff that I do, people that I'm interested in aren't necessarily into. So somebody else needs to come support me. Like, I need somebody that's into, like, I'm a socialite. Most of the guys that I'm attracted to, because of the type of men I'm attracted to, they want to stay in the house. And I don't like going places by myself. So I need a partner that's willing to go get dressed and go
Mm.
to a sneaker ball with me. But that doesn't mean that he's my core partner or her. They fulfill something else that I need that my partner, my other partner might not be able to. It just is how it is. Like, I have a partner that I go to events with. I have a partner that I sit in the house and snuggle with. Like, I'm multifaceted. I can't just sit in the house all day. And I like being out in public. I like being seen. I like getting cute.
That Scorpio vibes.
Good night. It's that Scorpio demon, I swear.
And I think really, like some people can be all things to some people, and I think
Yes.
you have to have those conversations too.
Yes, you
We
do.
go back. We're going back to our 3 C's: clear, concise communication. We still have to sit down and have these talks or these understandings, or even the reason. And hey, look, there's nothing wrong with researching some of this together,
Hi, Michelle.
because that's part of intimacy, to sit down and
Exactly.
research a poly lifestyle. I mean, if your relationship's on the rocks and you want to save it in some kind of way, shape, form, or fashion, you may have to step out of your comfort zone to do that. Are you willing to
That
step out of your comfort zone to save your relationship? Because you never know, the bond just might get stronger.
and sometimes it's not even about saving the relationship, it's saving who you are. You need to know who you are.
Hmm.
And you just don't it's like you don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. See what's you and see what's the other person. But look
And
more
there's
into
And there's nothing wrong with trying something new. And if it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. At least you guys gave it a try. Don't just think that, 10, 5, 7, what is it? They call it the 7-year itch or whatever in a marriage. And then,
I
um,
said 4, then it was 7, then it was 10, then it was 15. It moves.
it's a
Is what
lot of itches.
that part. It moves.
It's a lot of itches. So you might want to try a poly. But before you try it, understand,
Research it. Research the
research
type
it.
of poly that you want. Research what
Mhm.
you want, like what it is that you want. I know for me, I have a friend, she calls it a backyard picnic table poly, but it's a kitchen table poly is the definition. But she says she wants hers big enough to be a backyard picnic table.
Can you please
I
tell us what
know,
a kitchen table is? So because
yes.
that's not
So
something that we know.
kitchen table poly is one where there is a core couple. And it mainly that couple, both couples are usually solo polys, but somehow they've come together and they're like, you're my 80. I'm your 80, you're my 80 on that 80-20 rule shit, right? Well, they're both poly. They decide they want to date separately. Their poly is not somebody they're dating together. They're not courting another girl or another guy to be involved in their relationship. So it's called a kitchen table poly because everybody knows everybody. Everybody's at the kitchen table. Everybody's relationships with each other are not necessarily romantic, though.
So in essence, it becomes a community.
It's a community.
The
It's a
kitchen
village.
table in essence is community because everyone, in regards to what happens to the whole, has a say. But in
Yeah.
regards to what happens intimately, that's something different. Is that correct?
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, just making sure that I'm understanding.
And the reason why I say I want that is because I want a core partner. And that has more to do with me wanting to have an alpha male that I'm submissive to. I know I'm a dominant woman, but I've always had it in me, mainly because service is my love language, that I want a husband or a core partner that is more dominant than me. It has something to do with me wanting to be in my soft girl era here recently. I want a motherfucker that can tell me to shut up and sit down. If you can do it, you can do it. If you can't, you can't.
If I could give you a pound right now through the screen, I swear to God I would. Like, can
but that's an internal thing for
right
me.
now? Who is that for me? I don't know. Whatever.
Okay, so we've got a comment. Hold on. Now he said, now that's my biz. Holding space for couples and individuals. We are going to need some YouTube shorts on y'all explaining the many relating, and communal relating.
Let's go, Yogi. Let's go. I'm
Is that
with it. I'm
Yogi?
all with it. Yeah, that's Yogi. Yeah, that's
Mhm.
Yogi. I'm all with it. I'm with it. I've been trying to figure this shit out, and you just thank you for that bug right there. We about to make that turn into a butterfly.
And it's
So I know. Let me in here, JewCee. I'm with her when she's right. So that's what I want as my core. But because of all of my other faceted parts, my other partners kind of just, fill in at the kitchen table and fill in the community where I need them to. And I've never been the jealous type. So my partner can have the same thing.
I'm trying to remember this
For
word.
me,
My
it's
friend
about
told me this word.
respectability.
What is the opposite of jealousy? What is the word when instead of feeling jealousy towards someone, you're happy when they're doing well? What is that word? A friend of mine told me what that word is. I can't think of what the word is right now. But you know what I'm talking about, though, right? No, it's the opposite of jealousy. It's not I'm jealous and I'm happy that you are happy that that these things are happening to you. It's like it's not elated. It's a word. It starts with the letter C. Oh my God. Yes.
Compression. Hello. COMPERSION.
I know there's a P in it. Yes. Compersion.
Compersion. There you go. Hello.
Thank you.
I got
it. I am definitely that. I am my partner's biggest cheerleader.
Man. Please. Yes. And that was you. Yes, it was you. Anyway. Yes. That to me, when I heard that word, I went and I looked it up, I was like, oh shit. Dude. That right there is what I feel, because when something as good is happening for someone that I love, I want more of that for that person. I'm not looking for it to stop so that I can have some. No, I want more for that person. And I feel like in a relationship, in a polyamorous relationship, that is something that is absolutely needed.
It's definitely needed. It's definitely needed. Jealousy has no room because jealousy causes room for drama and messiness. Everybody got the definition. That is my new vocab word for the day. Okay, thank you guys, because I did not know that word existed. Y'all are teaching me something today.
See, like you hear that shit, you be like, hold on, wait, this is the word, okay, but this is how. Wait, I like that. So, like, you see these memes go across talking about you see your friends doing well. Let's cheer our friends on for doing well. Why can't we do that within a relationship that we're in? Like,
We can. We choose not to.
why do we have to be in a jealous mode where, well, if it's not happening to me, then it can't happen to you, and I don't want it to happen to
Because
you because it's not happening to me.
like
That
we
fear
said
of missing out
earlier,
thing.
But it's fear. Some of
it's
it,
indoctrination. We're indoctrinated to feel like we have to be crabs in a freaking barrel.
And we don't.
but wait a minute, and it can also be fear, because
That too.
sometimes if you're looking at it, let's look at it from this point of view. If you're looking at it that your partner is doing, and I'm gonna men, I'm not picking on you, but we're gonna go
Me
with the
too,
men
Michelle. Until
portion.
today.
with the
Because we're
with the
women.
men, if your wife all of a sudden starts making more money than you, that this is always a prime example. If a woman starts making it in a relationship, she's making more money, all of a sudden the man feels like he's Mr. If her last name was maiden name, now all of a sudden he feels
That's
less
not it
than.
either.
And that's not it.
And that whole
But
name change thing, that's a whole nother subject.
well,
But
yeah,
okay.
that's not a topic. But I'm just
Yeah.
saying he feels less than, because all of a sudden he's not what has been out there and what we've been talking about in prior conversations. He's
I
not the
agree.
breadwinner. He's not. He now all of a sudden he might feel some sort of way, and then
Who
here
is
comes the
this saying let me
sabotage.
in?
That's Mark. We're not in here that much longer, honey.
It can be like some sabotage stuff that goes on after
Yeah.
that. So we have a lot to fix and a lot to.
Yep.
There's so much that goes into relationships and what we
This is a
feel and
real
what we
onion.
think.
But I was
This is an
looking at
onion.
some of these comments, and Master Eli Ra, yeah, self-sabotage. He's talking about what you just said, but he was like, we are capable and to be great, and it's necessary. Talking about compersion is necessary in
Absolutely.
in a poly lifestyle. It's definitely, but like he said, to your point with jealousy, it's self-sabotage, it's fear, it's the fear
It's not
of not
serving you.
knowing. It's the fear of not knowing.
Or it's also the fear of losing,
But
losing,
to me,
losing,
the fear
losing
of
a person.
losing is the fear of not knowing because you don't know if you're going to lose it or not.
I will not. I can't agree with that one. I feel like those are two different things. The losing part means that you know something. If you don't know, how do you fear losing it?
I feel like
Because for me,
You don't know. It doesn't exist. You can't fear it. You can't fear not having something that you don't know exists.
no, I mean not knowing what to expect. Not knowing doesn't always mean that you don't know it exists. Because it could be the fear of not knowing also being the same as the fear of losing. Because what if you already have that, but then you don't know what to expect after you have it?
So in essence, you're setting yourself up with that.
Yes.
Okay.
we have a lot, like I said, you have a lot of, we are not communal when you really honestly stop and think about it. We are not. We're going to be partners.
As we could be.
We're going to be over here and we're going to do our thing, and we don't want to know what y'all are doing over there because that could interfere with what we're doing over here. You see what I'm saying? It becomes a whole thing where we're not sharing information, which we already know that we're not talking about some of the things that should be spoken on.
Jealous.
Jealousy comes when a person is viewed a property and then the possibility of losing that person because of fear or loss.
Fear of loss.
Fear of
Yes.
loss.
Yes. That in essence is what I was seeing that. Thank you for that clarification.
And also jealousy is insecurity.
Thus not serving you at all.
Jealousy
Yeah.
is, you can be very a person that's very insecure. You can be a person that has trust issues, and that can stem from trauma. We've talked about that before.
Yes,
So
we have.
jealousy can come from a lot of different a lot of different places, um, but it doesn't really serve us in a
Ooh.
positive manner all the time if you don't know how to control it.
Uh, Eli, Eli Ra,
Master Eli Ra.
man.
Master Eli Ra. Oh my God, you hit the
Ooh,
nail on the head,
a
sir.
whole word. A whole word. I can't be in a relationship with someone who is willing to feed fear. Let us work on unpacking past traumas rather than shrinking our partners. Oh my God. Yes.
Hmm.
Yes.
That is a whole word
Yes.
right there. And you know how I feel about you. And you just, sir,
I should. No,
sir.
no.
That's all I'm gonna say. Drops mic, walks away.
I got
Okay.
nothing else to say after that one for real.
And the thing of it is that as we wrap this up for tonight, because we can always do a part duh.
We
Um,
will.
it's really important that we understand that relationships, their dynamics are based on what we know, what we don't know, what we're willing to know, and what we should know.
Yep.
But a lot of times there's a lot of outside influences that keep us from knowing anything. And fear definitely plays a factor in it. Um,
Facts,
and
Mark.
I also feel that a lack of education is also a huge part of why relationships or people don't understand alternative relationships, because
Mhm.
there isn't we and in a way we've done it to ourselves because we've made it almost like a secret society.
Mhm.
So we have people out there that, oh no, that's girl, they do this and this, and nobody came forward and said, no, we don't do those kinds of things. We wanted to keep it private and secret, and I get that. I don't want to keep it private and secret anymore. I want people to understand we are not the, you know anti whatever that you think we are. We are real, live, honest to goodness human beings that have found a different way to love, respect, like, feel, and so many other adjectives that you all can't even touch.
Dude.
Can't even touch. Because we decided, whether as an individual or as partners, we've decided to expand our horizons mentally, physically, and emotionally. And we've taken that step forward where you all are still stuck in a rut, and you're
Yeah.
stuck in a rut that somebody else made. It's not even your rut. It's not
Nope.
it's not even your
It's
rut.
not. It
It's
is
You
not
not.
even,
taking on shit that does not belong to you.
and you just you going with it hook, line, and sinker, okay?
Indoctrination at its finest.
Exactly.
That part.
Exactly. So let us adjourn for the evening because we have run over, but that's okay. We do all the time. Great topic. Thank you.
Yay! Purple Ray!
You love me. You really, really love me. No, I'm just playing.
Well, we really did have a good time, and like I said, we can always come back with a part two, and we can allow more people in to talk about this topic. I know some people wanted to, and we definitely will do that, because it's not that it's just our opinion, but since this was the first time we were really tackling this kind of this dynamic of this topic, I think it's best that we try to tackle it ourselves, and then definitely the next time around, let's let all of you guys in a little bit more if you want to join us on the screens, and we'll be more than happy to have you here. Don't think that we don't, because we will.
Right. Master Ra, I'm gonna be inboxing you because I have a topic I want you to come do with us. So
Yes, and
be expecting an
I would
inbox
like to
from
meet
me.
him. I want to meet him.
I met him.
I
I
need
met
the
him through
knowledge.
Mistress Urban. That's my new babes.
and Yogi.
You're next. You're coming back. You're going to come and
Yes,
join us.
Yogi.
You're going to come and
I
join
miss
us.
Yogi.
Yes.
So, if everything goes right, guys, everything goes right, the stars align and the moon is in the right place and the children are taken care of. Next week, we have a special guest joining us. We actually have Miss Roxy on the pole that will be here.
Oh, chocolate drop. Yes. Oh,
Yes,
I'm
yes,
sorry.
I got to
yes.
see
I
my
got a girl
chocolate drop
crush.
on Saturday. She came on
Yes.
Saturday to my party. I got to see my chocolate drop.
I
So,
got a I got a girl crush on her. I do. I really do.
well,
I'm
You
she's
very.
and
gonna
50,
hope
11 other
like
people.
everything, that's our, we may have something just in case because she does have, little ones. So, but right now everything is a go. She will be joining us next Monday night right here. You guys do not want to miss this dynamic, absolutely gorgeous, beautiful woman who is out here in this beautiful, sexy world. She's going to be talking to us as well about pole fitness as well as let's find out about these adult entertainers on the female side of the house. So
I'm ready for my poll. I'm ready for my poll.
yeah,
You
so
know what?
she's going to be
I'm not
joining us
doing it.
next Monday night. So you guys make sure you come back and join us. So any last words, Miss Purple Rain, before we go? I'll start with you.
Have a great week, everyone. I loved bringing this topic because, like I said, it's personal to me. Anything about polyamory and intimacy and all of that good stuff, y'all know I'm here for it. I love educating people on my lifestyle. And clearing up misconceptions because I hear them every day. But have a great week, everyone. I do gotta go to my vanilla side of the house. The Rain and Purple Rain uh is got her pageant this weekend. I am not competing. My current reign as Queen Lotus Elite for the Miss Essence World Elite pageant is coming to an end. So I have to go fulfill my duties on Saturday and Sunday and crown my successor. So I will see you guys next week. I love everyone.
Okay. And Miss Siren, any
Um,
final words?
I am just enjoying I'm going to call it the holiday season that has started with Halloween, of course. Um, I'm still sending prayers and healing energy to my dad as well as my brother, Tony. And again, a happy birthday to my firstborn, Josiah. Mommy loves you. You are fucking awesome.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, yes. And as for Ms. JewCee, well, I finished up writing another wonderful article. It'll be out in a couple of weeks. There's an article already down. If you go on my page, you can find it definitely. And I just put up the video that I did as well. So I'm starting to get out there, starting to get my voice. Go ahead and talk.
And she's plugging others. And she's plugging others.
Yes,
And she's
yes,
plugging others.
yes, yes. We love everyone that is in this realm. And if you need a place to come to, we got you. We got a space, a safe space right here to talk and share ideas and just get some knowledge and some support. Number one, let's do those kinds of things. Okay. So, once again, make sure you're getting your tickets for the Ebony Erotic Experience going down April 26th and 27th in Cleveland, Ohio. We have a new sale that'll be starting next week. For the Thanksgiving, we want you to gobble up those tickets and be in the house with us. Okay, the Erotic 7, which you have 3 members of the Erotic 7 right here. So make sure you tune in next Monday night for more Juicy Tales Erotic Chat. We start at, let me get this all right, 6:30 p.m. for our folks in the West Coast and
West Side.
West Coast. We have 8:30 p.m. for our people Central Standard, 9:30 for our folks on the East, right in here, and for our beautiful family in Barbados, we start at 10:30. Okay, I hope everybody made sure that they fell back, got that extra hour of sleep,
Man,
and
lovely.
honey, I needed it. And we will be back next Monday night.
It's too
Remember,
dark outside.
right? It is. Remember, enjoy, enlighten, and embrace eroticism for my beautiful melanated queens, Miss Purple Rain and Miss Siren. We love you all, and we will see you next Monday night. Okay? Bye-bye.
Bye.
Get some
Bye.
tunes going. Yeah.
Okay, I like this too.
Good night, Master Rob.
It's kind of smooth.
Bye, Michelle. Good night.